Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today is the day that you all find out what car that I bought for the channel. Now you've probably seen from the title what that is already, but you just seen a picture of the car. We're gonna go through it. Now as you can see, I still have the Tundra. It's not going nowhere, but I did buy this car. I do wanna say I did not think that I would find anything this nice for my price range. I do wanna say that I've already been offered more money for the car than I paid for the car. And then the guy told me that that he had a buyer for it for $10,000 more than what I paid for the car. And that's why he offered me more money than I paid for it. So I never dreamed. I just got really lucky to find this car, and I really love it. I mean, it's a beautiful car. So without further ado, let's turn the camera around, let y'all see what I got. Okay, here it is. It is a 2007 ROUSH Mustang GT with right at 23,000 original miles on it. This car is a one owner. The people that I bought it off of bought it brand spanking new, and he bought it for his wife, and they just didn't drive it a whole lot. And it stayed in the garage, and I got pretty lucky to find this car. And I do want to say that I've never seen another ROUSH that is blue with blue stripes. I do have the window sticker and everything. Everything's authenticated and everything like that. This is a real ROUSH car. It's not been made this, a Mustang or a GT bought and turned into a ROUSH. It is actually a ROUSH. I am going to try to get this car signed here in a couple weeks by Jack Roush. He's supposed to be near me in a few weeks, and I've heard that increases the value of these cars if he signs them, and I am going to try to get that done. So let's get inside and show you what the interior looks like. Okay, first thing I want to show you is the two-tone seats, and it does have Jack Roush etched in both sides of the seats, and the rear seats are actually the same way, and they told me they didn't think anybody had ever sat in the rear seats of this car. So I do want to show you, it does have these louvers right here on the side, so it does make it a little hard to see out the side, or nearly impossible to see out the side. So we sit down in the car, you can see it does have Jack Roush right here, and one of the coolest parts of the car that I think is when that lights up. Let's see if I can turn on the lights. You can't really see it. I'll try to stick a picture at the end of the video of that lit up. Because that is just too cool. These white gauges just really illuminate like a bright green color. You can see the carbon fiber on the dash. There's also carbon fiber down here. And it does have the ROUSH shift knob with some nice rubber texture here. I do want to say this little dip down here makes this one of the nicest feeling shift knobs in the hand that I've ever had. I've had tons of shift knobs on cars. This is the nicest one I've ever had. It will get cold in the winter and very hot in the summer, I'm sure, but just for feel, it's awesome. It does have the shaker stereo system in it. The stereo system is pretty good, especially for an 07. It's a pretty good stereo system. Let me shut the door, there's a car coming. So in here, you do have your little glove box here, your console. There is a port right here that you can plug your phone in, and then there's a cigarette lighter or an adapter right there for charging. There is no Bluetooth, and there is no USB port, but I will probably be putting a DVD player in this since it doesn't really have to modify the dash or anything, and you can always put the old one back in it. So I will probably be putting a DVD player in this. The glove box is tiny, just like all other Ford Mustangs that I've ever seen or had. It does have the original owner's manual. It does have the book right here for or the papers, and it does have the wheel lock in there. You can see the mirrors, or it does have mirrors up here. It is spotless. This car is 100% spotless. Everything on it works. And let me show you the mileage. I was telling you about the mileage. Now I have drove this car a little bit, and it is just now fixing to roll over 23,000 miles. Like I said before, I did not think I would be able to find a car this clean and this nice for the money that I was willing to spend. There is carbon fiber on the doors here. There's carbon fiber on the doors over there, just like on this side. And these seats are very soft. The leather is not stiff like a lot of cars you sit in, especially the black on this. The black is very, very soft. You do have the ROUSH Performance floor mats, and the air conditioner and heat and everything works awesome. So let me get you out. Oh, I do want to show you one other thing down here. It does have the ROUSH Performance pedals. As with most ROUSHes, you will have your window decal right there. It does have the chrome ROUSH wheels. I'm not usually a huge fan of chrome, but I really, really, really like these wheels, and these wheels might stay on this car. One nice touch is these blue valve stem covers. I think they really match the car very well, and you can see right here is your ROUSH emblem on the side instead of the GT. We come around the back of the car. You can see here, it is a stage 1. It does have the nice ROUSH wing on it and stuff, but it is a stage 1. I did want a stage 1 because, you know, I want to tune this car and do stuff to it. And if I bought a stage 3 that already had the supercharger and stuff on it, what does that really leave me to do? This car is so clean, it is crazy. I mean, they took such good care of this car. And Kenneth, if you're watching this, I really appreciate how good a care you took on this, and I appreciate you all selling me this car. Let me pop the hood, show you all the engine. Okay, as you can see here, it is the stock 4.6 V8, and look how clean this engine bay is. This car is what, 12 years old? And look how clean that is. I mean, this thing is spotless. I am so excited about this car. It's just, I can't even express how excited I am that I actually found a ROUSH Mustang. Like I said, in my price range, it was just a little bit more than I was thinking about spending, but when I seen it, I knew it was worth it. One more thing I want to show you, I'm forgetting to show you a lot of stuff. It does have the ROUSH door seals right here. I think that's pretty cool as well. That's a pretty awesome touch. So I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna tell you a little bit of story on how I got it. Okay, it's a little bit chilly outside, so I got in the car for this part of it. So here's how this came about. I was actually fixing to go to Alabama and buy a Nissan 350Z that only had 15,000 miles on it. It was a year older than this car. It was an 06. And that's what I was originally going to go buy. Well, my wife had to work last weekend. It's funny how stuff works out. She had to work, so I couldn't go get it. On Sunday, I just happened to be looking through Craigslist. Boom, seen this car. I was like, that is a beautiful car. I immediately called Kenneth that owns a car and asking if it's still available. And he said there was a guy that was coming to look at it about 30 minutes from the time I'd called. He said if the guy didn't take it, he'd call me back. So about 2 hours later, he called me back and said, hey man, the guy said he was going to take it, but he didn't put any money down on it. He didn't want to drive the car. He wanted to put it on a covered trailer and take it home to put in his car collection. But he didn't give me any money. So until somebody gives me some money, it's still for sale. So I couldn't get to the bank and get, you know, the money. We'll talk about what I paid for it in another video, but I couldn't get the money out of the bank that I had to pay for the car. But I did have a little bit of cash on me, and I immediately drove. It was about an hour away. I immediately drove up there and looked at the car. As soon as I walked in, I knew I wanted this car, and I looked it over, started it up. It run amazing. The car is just awesome. So I told Kenneth, I said, hey, I can't get to the bank today because they're not open. It's Sunday, but I have $500 on me. I'll put down on it and be back tomorrow and pick it up. He said, sold. He said, the other guy should have put some money down if he wanted it, and you put some money down, it's your car. Great. Took vacation on Monday, went and got the money out of the bank, called Kenneth back and said, hey, I got the money. Let me know whenever you get off work and I'll come pick it up. And he said, good deal. And in the meantime, somebody had already called and tried to give him more money than what it was posted for, trying to buy it out from underneath me. And Kenneth, being the upstanding person that he is, told them that Nope, I shook that guy's hand. He's put money down on it. It's his car. If for some odd reason he can't come up with the rest of the money, you can have it. But until then, it's his car. And I greatly appreciate that, because there's so many people in the world that would have just took the extra money and told me they sold it and sent my money back in the mail or something instead of seeing me. But that's an upstanding person right there. I have already been offered $2,000 more 2 days after I bought the car for the car. I turned that down. This is a beautiful car. I don't want to get rid of it. I plan on keeping this car a very long time. Being how low a mileage it is and what kind of car it is, this might be a retirement, big down payment on something one day when about 25 more years, because I think this car will hold its value and go up in value as long as I treat it good, keep it good and clean, and keep the mileage down. Now, as far as what we're going to do to it, we'll talk about that in another video. But I just wanted to go over the car and a little bit of the story on how I bought it. So this is the channel car, and we'll talk about in another video what we're going to do. But I did tell Kenneth I would do one thing, and I'm going to do that now. Okay, like I said, I told Kenneth I would do this. Since he was nice enough to hold the car and didn't sell it out from underneath it or nothing like that. He not only has one Mustang, he had several Mustangs. It was like Mustang heaven at his place. But he has another one for sale. It is a car that he drag races, but he is a good driver. He drives it like it's supposed to be. He takes care of his cars like they're supposed to be. And he does have another one for sale. So I told him that I would tell you all about that, what the car is, what all's been done to it. He gave me a list of stuff that's been done to it. I'm just going to read that off. And then if any of y'all out there are near East Tennessee or anywhere in the surrounding area, or just willing to drive to this area to buy a car that you're looking for like this, let me know. I'll get in contact with him, and maybe we can set it up to where we can help him sell this car also. So let me get into what this is. It is a 1995 Mustang Cobra with letter of authenticity. It has a 5.0 engine in it. It has a big cam, a stage 1 trick flow top end, aluminum heads, 70mm throttle body with cold air intake, a K&N filter, MSD ignition, 6AL box, 1 7/8 inch Flowmaster chrome headers with Flowmaster mufflers and H-pipe, 3-inch exhaust, has 100 shot of nitrous express with a Diablo chip and switch from NOS to motor. Has a C4 automatic transmission, reverse shift pattern with manual shift kit, and a B&M ratchet shifter. Aluminum drive shaft, 8.8 rear end, 373 gears, 31 spline axle and C-clip eliminator, Ford Motorsport Posi-Track rear end, drilled and slotted disc brakes, line lock, subframe connectors, auto meter track and rev control and shift light, side post gauge pods. It's a very fast street car. It still has heat and air to it. It has Cobra R wheels and a Cobra R hood. So if anybody out there is looking for an awesome drag car, I heard this thing running. I did take a video clip of that, but for some odd reason, my phone didn't turn sideways, so the video clip is like up and down. I may include it after this, I may not, because that video is pretty hokey the way it's turned. But just let y'all hear it. Maybe I'll add it to the end. Just pardon the direction the video is turned. If y'all looking for that, just email me at gearrunner24@gmail.com, and we'll try to set something up and work something out where y'all can meet and maybe get that car sold for him as well, and somebody else gets a great car. I want to tell y'all, this thing beats the ground. It sounded so mean. But there it is. If y'all are looking for it, just contact me. If you're interested in the price, email me too, and we'll get and see what the best price we can get for you is. I love this car. Thank you again for not selling it out from underneath me. That is very upstanding, and I greatly appreciate it. If y'all like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Lots more Roush to come. We'll see you next time.